do have a special opening in mind. So, no interruptions, please. Alright, so, 3, 2, 1. Hey, hello everybody, I am Venomous Pie, you guys know me well as the Peaky Pie of the group, and welcome to another special episode about Bronimaniacs Discuss, because we are on the red carpet! I have with me here this afternoon our Rainbow Dash Kanata.
Yo, ban that fucking idiot.
Greetings, everybody.
We have our Mod Pie, Little Looney.
Hey, when do we get our movie deal?
Our Fluttershy, Miss Violet Bloom.
Hey.
Our Twilight, Mr. Sharpwit.
I can see the rainbow. No way, that's the rainbow that get our position to our enemies. Dang it, Rainbow Dash.
Well, there's no PUBG in Equestria, so.
we have our Trixie, Mr. David.
The magic is on the red carpet.
We have our Sunset, Crimson.
Well, nice job, Rainbow. Now the Storm King's forces are after us. Since you create the Sonic Rainbow, I'll try to use my Star Black. Oh wait, no. The ship's too far away for me to use it.
We have our Starlight Glamour, which is Mr. Neon Blade.
For the last time, guys, you have to get your own popcorn.
Well, I lost mine.
Well, then get some new.
And finally, we have our Spike of the group, which is Elite Yoshi.
Yep, filling in for Drizzle, but I am happy to provide analysis.
And yeah, if you can't tell, why the heck, hey, are we on the red carpet? Well, that's because the ponies have, well, a few months ago anyway, have hit the big screen. That's right, today we'll be focusing on My Little Pony, the movie. And oh, I can tell there's plenty of words to say about this one.
Uh-huh.
But even though this is a movie, not an episode, our deal is still going to be the same. We go in a random order for one positive, then we'll go in reverse for one negative, and then we will give our final rating. So, let's see, who shall go first? Let's see. How about you go first, Looney?
Okay then. I remember going to see the movie in theaters and being completely blown away by the visuals. One of the things you have to admire about the My Little Pony movie is how it's one of the very few 2D animated films that have come out in the last few years. Amongst all the CGI movies we get nowadays, it's quite refreshing to see a movie animated in the more traditional Disney 2D style.
Well, technically it still is CG because it's not hand-drawn.
No,
Yeah, but it's
close
not
enough
not
anyway. It's
pure.
still
It's not
2D. It's not 3D models.
Well, yeah, if you talk about style, then yes.
Because I think they made a really smooth transition over from Flash. The visual effects are completely stunning, such as the fireworks display at the very end of the film, the unique animations in all the crowd scenes, and special mention goes to that Sonic Rainbow. I was very awestruck when I saw that on the big screen.
That look almost like double rainbow.
Oh god, we are not mentioning that here.
No.
That's the fact. That's pretty much what's the double. Looks like a double rainbow.
Make this happen.
So much nope.
Double rainbow all across the sky.
Oh, God.
I can't really tell the bigger budget really paid off in this movie because it's very gorgeous.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Actually, you're half right on that information.
Huh?
Huh?
Well, actually, I remember looking at a Twitter post a while back when the movie was still in development, and I believe it was from one of the people who was working on the movie. They actually said that the models used for the ponies were actually a hybrid or a combination of both 2D and 3D models.
Huh.
Were they?
Yeah.
That
It's
would
true.
explain the early stages when the first trailer hit.
Yep.
I was under the impression it was completely 2D.
Nope.
Nope.
That's still, it's something to admire.
Still, the animation does look awesome in this movie. That's my positive.
Alright, who do you pass it off to?
Let's see. I'll give it to Shopway.
Oh, me? Okay. For my positive, I will go with the songs. As we all know, in recent seasons, the songs in MOP are rather hit or miss. In most cases, sometimes there is something that's actually sticked out. But in this case, I think every single song is really good. There aren't weak songs. There are just weaker. Like, for example, One Small Thing with the Princess Skystar is pretty much my least favorite song, but it's not because it's bad or I dislike it. It's just my taste. But and that speaks something. Every song is good. In some way, every song is memorable, more or less. Some people might think the Open Up Your Eyes is the best. I, for example, like the Time to Be Awesome.
Same here. That's my personal favorite.
Well, see, opening song is also good. Even this short song at the very beginning of the movie when they were sliding to the Canterlot. It's also good. And I wish. Yeah, exactly. Yes. I know the title just is saying. I kind of wish for the full version of it.
On a side note, my favorite song is probably "We Got This Together."
Yeah, that's also a pretty good song.
It's also in my mind, it's also a good introduction to non-fans on who the main characters are.
I give you that. That is absolutely true.
That's actually a very good point.
No love for Open Up Your Eyes?
I said this is a good song. For many, it's probably the best song in the entire movie, and I have to say, it is really good. With its tone, with its giving the backstory of Tempest and everything, and even Emily Blunt's voice, who's surprisingly a pretty good singer as well.
Oh, her singing voice was gorgeous.
Well, it was fantastic.
I think in terms of the singing voices and how they worked with it, it was a perfect fit actually.
Yeah,
I
it's
kind
probably
of forgot about one Itsy Bitsy song.
Yeah, Rainbow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you mean the credits song?
Yep.
No, the Thea song.
Off to see the world.
Oh, I'm talking about Capper's song.
Oh, the Capper
oops.
song.
I'm the friend you need.
Hoopla.
I'm the friend you need.
Yeah, yeah, that was really
Forgot
good
about
too.
Yeah. Actually, that's actually the only good German song, by the way. The rest of the songs in German, they are butchered. So just a hands up to any German fans out there. Do yourself the favor, listen to
From
the
what I've
original
heard
one.
before, German version of MOP is generally butchered.
Not as much as the song, I'm sorry. For that, even the episodes are better. Especially Time to Be Awesome in German, oh god. It doesn't fit!
Anyway.
And they didn't even have the effort to change other words too. That's the only thing that grinds my gear in terms of the songs.
Yeah, but
Alright, moving on.
Friend is also one of my favorite songs in the movie.
Mhm.
Or just maybe it's a capper. Just like people think the Time to Be Awesome is the best song, not because it's the pretty much majority of the community. It involves the new edgy waifu.
I was about to say that the fact that you maybe like the Kappa song is that you maybe come over to the other sides of the fandom.
Oh god.
Just kidding.
Anyways,
No,
moving on.
I would say something mean at this moment, but no, because I don't.
Alright, moving on.
That's all for my answer. Who's on the list?
Let's
Who we have on the list? I don't know who to pick, but if I don't know who to pick, I pick the easy. I think I pick Violet.
Okay.
I figured as much.
What was yours, Violet?
Anyway, my positive for the movie has got to be some of the humor in it.
Hmm.
There isn't really that much humor, but when there is humor, it's actually really funny.
True.
I think the moment that maybe laughed the most was when the Storm King had the staff at full power and he was playing around with the sun and the moon.
And don't forget about the little Fluttershy moment.
Oh god, yes, I was about to say that. Fluttershy? Oh god. That moment was priceless.
Yeah, you know what? It was so good, and it saddens me even more that Fluttershy had so much in this movie. So little in this movie. Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Don't say anything, Neon. Don't say anything.
Anyways.
Yeah. So even though it was more adventure-based, the movie like Lauren Faust originally intended the show to be, the humor definitely sticks out when it really hits.
Oh yeah, especially in those, I would like to call them close call moments with Pinky. I mean, the scene in the desert, okay, that was kind of funny played. I agree on that one, but the cupcake scene, oh god!
Can you say cupcake assault?
Yes.
I think everything can be a weapon in Ponyville.
The angle of the scene, that's actually the brilliant part. Just a double surprise! Boom! Headshots!
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
I was actually, the only thing missing in that moment would be for my old favorite shooter game I had, like that sound when you make a hit shot, like critical. That was the only thing missing. That would be perfect then.
Anyway. I think that's pretty much it because you guys kind of recovered everything. I'm going to pass it out to Ben.
Alright. Okay, my positive for the movie, okay, I'm just gonna get this one out of the way because actually there are two of my biggest positives for that movie, but I'm only gonna say one of them. And for the sake of going into this and not being too typical, because I'm pretty sure this is gonna be talked about a lot. Twilight's growth. I really do feel okay. Yes, she did make that one big mistake. I'll give it that. But she does realize that she did make a mistake, thanks to Pinky and the others, and she actually did learn from that mistake and became a much better character because of it. I mean,
That's true.
Even when she did make that big mistake, it was still for understandable reasons.
Let's skip the part that she could as well cause the war between ponies and hippogriffs. Let's skip that part.
Well, technically, we still don't know that.
No, we don't really know that for
Technically
sure.
speaking.
But anyways, I know Twilight herself is gonna be very debatable in this movie, but I personally love how she's written. Like, I mean, okay, you can totally understand. Alright, she's slowly losing her trust upon her friends because of the shenanigans and constantly getting unintentionally making her more stressful. But in the end, she does eventually triumph and overcame her flaws, as evidenced by the scene where she was descending from the sky with the staff. Ignore the fact that it's such a beautiful image.
Yeah.
It meant to speak that, okay, Twilight has really started to grow as a character since that point. So, okay, ironically enough, this movie did maybe like Twilight a little less, but at the same time, it made me appreciate her more as a character, if that makes sense.
I think that growth you mentioned was pretty much starts to be visible at the moment when the Storm King was fighting with Tempest and they were knocked out, and there was a pretty good, there was a pick: take the staff and save Equestria, or help Tempest.
And she just saved Tempest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point, Shopper. That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I know that Twilight's gonna be up for debate here, but I personally love how she's been. So that being said, I'm gonna pass it off to I'm gonna pass it off to David.
Thank you, Ben. Before I start, I just want to say, how's everybody doing today?
Very well.
Very well. Yep.
Doing good.
Good. Okay. Wow, the movie. Oh, where to start?
Start at the beginning, but when you come to the end,
I'll just turn.
Stop.
I'll turn the first page and see what happens.
Paradish.
Okay. My positive for the movie is the voice acting.
Ooh.
Now I know I'm a huge animation fan. I was going to talk about the animation, but I want to talk about the voice acting, particularly because they have really stepped up their game for this big production. You know, it wasn't this 22-minute episode. This was a full-out movie, and when I watched a little bit of the sneak peeks of the VAs doing their roles, you could see it in their performance that they have brought these characters bigger and bolder, and they have brought them voice-wise to the next level. I mean, Tara Strong's performance as Twilight, for example, she, especially in the scene when she was fighting with Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, that was actually the biggest highlight for me.
That was, same with here. You know, I was just like, oh my god, Tara Strong has just really nailed it out of the ballpark. Her performance in that scene was just beautiful. And same with all the new voice actors we had, like Emily Blunt and Taye Diggs and all the others that joined the cast.
Oh yeah, he totally nailed the Kappa role.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you wanna what? And you wanna know how he sound? And you know something? That's actually his natural voice. Even during the interview where he goes, "I play this cool cat named Capper."
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was
Yeah.
actually quite surprising, actually.
That was awesome.
Natural voice he's doing. That's the natural, sort of the cool, cat sort of. Oh my!
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Definitely give Aeon a run for his money.
I
Anyway,
was about to say, should Shop a little bit be worried about that you're so praising him?
Oh, don't worry, I'm totally not jealous, and I'm totally not holding the catnip and the shotgun behind my chair.
This is how I was before we were dating, okay?
Okay.
I was
That proves this Shop is not a furry. That's the that's the proof that he's not a furry.
I will say that when it comes to the new voice actors, my favorites when it comes to the newer voice actors from an acting standpoint would be either Capper or actually Queen Novo is a close second.
Exactly. I wanted to say that too. She actually nailed that role.
Mm-hmm.
She looks sassy, she sounds sassy, she is sassy.
I just love the puppet. She's like, okay, I'm just a queen. Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
Well, I just love the line she said when she was like, seriously? Like that, just that line right there. She was like, seriously.
It kind of, you know what? That kind of reminded me of on that one line in the opening episode of season 1 with Nightmare Moon.
Oh yes, with the
Yeah,
sea
yeah.
serpent.
I had immediately flashbacks with that one.
Anyways, continue, David.
But, you know, overall, the movie itself was just such a surprise. Like, I was watching it on the big screen. I was like, I can't believe I'm in the theater watching My Little Pony. And this is so long overdue. I bet everybody feels like that.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I did see this movie in the theater. I had a freaking blast.
I couldn't
Oh,
give it
yeah.
up. I was like, I don't care. I am going to. Yeah, I am going to go see this movie. I'm buying a ticket. I don't care if I get strange looks. I am seeing the movies on the big screen.
Yeah, same here.
Absolutely.
I don't care if I have a plushie in my head. I'm seeing this movie.
You know, David, you could have done what Silverquote did and act like you're going to see Blade Runner.
That's true. That's true.
That's what I did.
Wait, really?
Kinda sorta. Not kidding. Well, kinda sorta because I had to say something to my parents that to
Actually,
what movie I'm going to instead of saying straight up My Little Pony. Although because I bought my ticket through the internet and I got it on email and just printed it.
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Traitor! Just kidding.
Anyways,
So, yeah, I'm done for my positive for the movie. Yeah.
all right, who to pass it off to?
I'm gonna pass it off to Yoshi.
All right. Yep, Yoshi.
You wanted to say Spike first, could it be?
I did want to say Spike first. Yeah, sorry.
Oh God, you do not know how long I've wanted to talk about this movie.
Okay, time's right.
For me, I have had a personal vendetta against the media for how they've been for all the reviews that the movie's been getting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just bottom line, let's just say this movie did not get any fair coverage, and I'm talking from both fans of the movie and people who are non-fans in general, but I'm leaning more to the side of the non-fan spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm not going to go into that. But for me, I actually wanted to approach this movie as both as a fan of the show and someone who's an average moviegoer.
Same here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because to be honest, I hate to say it, but bias with this movie is kind of unavoidable.
Yeah, it
on both
really is.
sides. Yeah. But yeah, my positive. Well, there is one thing I wanted to mention, but I'm not sure if it's the one other thing that
You want to say it's one small thing?
It would definitely have to be Shadow Tempest.
Oh.
Yep.
How did I know this?
Did I get it right?
Tempest.
Tempest,
Shadow.
yeah. Tempest Shadow.
Yeah, Tempest.
Alright, sorry, Tempest Shadow, sorry.
That's alright.
Alright, but yeah, I have to admit, she definitely surprised me as a character. Out of all the new characters, she's probably definitely the most developed, but then again, she had the most screen time out of all the new ones, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta say, Emily Blunt, I never actually seen her voice people in animated films before, but she actually did pretty good with. Yeah, she did a pretty good job with voicing Tempest.
Yeah, she really did.
Yeah. Can I say something about Emily Blunt for a moment?
Sure.
Sure.
Before she did this My Little Pony, the movie, before she came on board, she was actually in this Disney musical called Into the Woods.
Oh yeah, I've seen that movie.
Yeah, that was okay for me.
Well, yeah, but I think that's sort of how she touched in with her musical side.
Huh.
It doesn't really speak to Into the Woods' favor when a lot of us forgot that actually Emily Blunt can actually sing.
Yeah, so that was a surprise.
I'll be honest, Into the Woods was very forgettable for me.
It was. I mean, talking as a big Disney fan, that movie, I was like, why did they have to make that movie?
Still, that explains quite a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
So you got anything?
Robot.
Oh, jeez, Gladys is taking over.
Robotic friendship is magic.
Robots are taking over the Navy.
Anyway.
In the Navy. Okay.
Anyway,
Hey.
continue, Yoshi. If possible.
I think he's having connection issues.
I think he's timed out.
Maybe.
Mm.
Yoshi, you there?
Hello.
Yoshi, do you want a cookie?
Ladies and gentlemen, Spike appears to be having some technical difficulties.
He has been used as a flamethrower too much.
Please hang up and try your call again.
Oh gosh, that flamethrower bit.
Yeah.
Should we come back to him or what?
Yeah, we can.
What happened?
Yeah, we can come back to him when he gets the connection fixed. But that said, we're just gonna pass this off to Kanata.
Okay, my positive for this movie is the songs. A majority of the songs in this movie were really good. It feels like there was a song for everybody in this movie, and that some of the songs will end up being some of the fandom's favorite songs in the entire series, alongside Smile and This Day Earlier. My personal favorite song from the movie is a toss-up between Open Up Your Eyes and Time to Be Awesome. The only songs I didn't like was Rainbow by Sia, but that's more just preference than the actual song itself. Like, I know some people actually like the song Rainbow, even though I find it to be a bit generic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I have to say for my positives.
Well, that's what I said, but I forgot about one thing about the songs. We got the beat that's this tone itself was like the separation of this generation of My Little Pony from previous generation. Because let's face it, previous generations like Generation 3 was all the pink and candy, and that's how the music was also. This time this song actually got some nice beat.
I couldn't really get into the. I could not really get into We Got the Beats, but that's just me personally. I mean, it's just not for me.
Well, it was just the opening song, so we had more songs
like I said, I mean, it's not like a deal breaker or anything.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much because we got the one fragment line, and like I said, I would like to hear the full song, not just this small fragment. We got the intro.
Yeah, I was about to say that for using it in that particular part of the movie, the song was pretty good, but to hear it as a song itself, I'm not sure if I would be so much a fan of it.
Yeah.
For me, it's actually the opposite side for both Time to Be Awesome and for the credits song, Off to See the World. I actually enjoyed those songs pretty much, especially so like only hearing the songs itself.
Should I mention that the Time to Be Awesome is rephrased in the credit as well?
It is?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It's kind of... Go on.
But I think the Off to See the World is a song in on
It
itself.
is, but yes, but there is also another part because credit scene is longer than the Off to See the World. Because Off to See the World only covers part of the credit actual.
Okay, to be fair, I actually didn't stay the entire credits in the cinema, so I most likely missed that part, especially because I was watching the movie not like a regular showing. We actually rented an entire cinema room for our Cologne Brony meetup, and we watched that in the original English dub. So we had to leave the room relatively fast because the other movies were starting to air, especially the other kids movies, which won't be shown during that time. I can't put my finger on it. Which one it was? There was another one, but I forgot the title of it. Anyways,
was it
we would have to move quickly fast, huh?
So was it Rio? Or was that the movie? Is that the other children movie?
Yoshi? I think it's best we don't think about it because I'm not really sure which movie it really is, since There's so many that really
Yeah.
came out that
Besides-
I think
That
doesn't
was-
seem to caught my interest.
I
Besides,
think
does
that
it
was
really,
the one with.
guys? Does it really matter what was the movie?
Yeah,
No.
it's a shame. Anyway, we would have to leave relatively fast, so I couldn't even stay for the entirety of the credits song.
Anyway, so anything you want to add on?
I would say this. One of my favorite songs, "Time to Be Awesome." When I first heard it, I couldn't really get into it. It wasn't until like a month after the movie came out and everything that I really got into it.
I
Well,
will
that's
say
a-
this: "Open Up Your Eyes" was also not. I wasn't like others fan of the "Open Up Your Eyes," but after the recent rewatch with Violet, it actually started to grow on me more.
Well, that's the thing with these movies, especially My Little Pony, is that after a few more rewatchings, you appreciate the little things in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Not like
true.
it's very easy ever since the premiere in the cinema to rewatch My Little Pony the movie, but we don't talk about this.
Anyway, so anything else you want to add, Kanata?
That's all I have to say for my positives. I'll pass it off to Crimson.
Hang on, I think our Spike is back. Let's see if
Oh,
he
wait,
can
Yoshi?
speak again.
Hello?
There
Okay,
we go.
you're back.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
yeah, Discord disconnected on me.
Our flamethrower is back.
Wait, so it's Crimson turn?
Is-
Get a little fire breathing.
Am I coming in clear?
yes, you are.
Oh, good. Yeah, but anyway, sorry about that. It was a disconnection issue.
That's
Don't
alright.
worry.
Anthony, you want to expand?
No, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Alright.
What?
Before
Go ahead.
Yoshi, do you want to expand upon your positives? If you got anything else to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just, I won't stay long on it so we can move along. Yeah, basically, I think Shadow Tempest was probably, out of all the new
Tempest
characters,
Shadow.
Tempest Shadow was the, sorry.
That's alright.
Yeah, she was probably the most developed out of the new characters, and the thing I was going to say, because I was going to address it, yes, she actually has a better backstory than Starlight Glimmer.
Thank you!
Oi!
Yeah, because I knew somebody was going to say it eventually, so I figured, why
Well,
not?
Thank you!
As a Starlight fan, I have to agree that the
Hey, I'm a
story is
Starlight
much
fan
better.
too.
Yep.
I'm still 50-50 on Starlight, but that's beside the point.
But
I
yeah,
think in
that's-
Tempest's point, it's more like the actual execution.
Yeah,
of her
exactly.
background. I think that is the point, especially
Well-
since they had way more room to actually showing and develop the emotionally connection to the character in direct comparison to Starlight in that two-parter even.
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah,
I mean, we're talking about basically triple the time. If my math is
exactly.
not off.
Yeah, exactly, because that was like one of the problems with the season 5 finale was the pacing, which is unfortunately why Starlight's backstory was rushed and, received all the criticism that it deserved. Look, I may be a Starlight fan, but even I have to agree her backstory was rushed.
Mm-hmm.
He really was.
It was.
Yeah, but you can't deny that the
Amen to
background
that.
idea itself was okay.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, not to mention, it would be pretty interesting to see if she ever returns and, if any of the movie characters ever decide to return in the show. I mean,
Well,
I'd actually love to see
everybody
that.
has been talking about that. The thing, are the movie characters going to cross over into the show?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
Even as
I hope
cameos.
it happens.
Then they may not get the voice actors from the movie, but at least they'll probably make a cameo or so.
That's probably
Yeah.
gonna be likely.
Yeah.
Well, count us surprised if they would actually get the voice actors again, or if it would be even already a part of the deal that they would voice the characters in the next season. I think that would be the headline of the year, if that would be the case.
That could be true.
Anyway, so it's Crimson's turn?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead, Crimson.
Okay. For positive of the movie, from what I think about it is, I knew I was gonna bring this up. Best part of that movie: Spike being used as a flamethrower.
That's my boy.
Well, it wasn't the first time that Shoot Spike was used as a flamethrower. Remember when Twilight used Spike as a flamethrower?
Anyway,
Remember when Twilight used Spike as a flamethrower to lift up that hot air balloon?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Wait, which episode was that?
It was in the movie.
It was in the movie.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I thought you were
I think
talking
it's
about
also
the show.
happened in the series before.
Really?
Well, there was a time where Spike was used as a lighter.
Well,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, close enough.
Cliche.
hmm
Anyways, continue, Crimson. Oh,
Crimson?
he's probably got.
Crimson, you are
Crimson.
you are mood.
Crimson.
I was muted. Sorry.
I was gonna say it's probably due to background noise, but continue.
All right. Yes, the best part for Spike being then. I like how Capper actually pointed out Spike, saying, "Aren't you a dragon?"
Aren't you a fiery dragon?
Exactly.
And then that face, priceless.
Yeah, the first second I heard him say that, I was like, yeah, I know where this is going.
And then Kepper became Pyro.
Didn't he burn one of those goons to a crisp?
I kind of felt sorry for the goons. They were like, my pants were on fire. Okay.
Alas, poor Gun. What a schmuck. No,
I swear that look on Spike's face when he said it is like, I know what you're thinking. That's a good idea, my friends.
Anyways, anything else comes in? Pardon?
And to finish this off, best emotional breakdown on Twilight's part. Yeah, because the reason how her friends got mad at her making the decision, which was really risky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was the biggest highlight because it impacted me the most emotionally.
Yeah, I actually had a little tear come down when I was watching that part. I had never seen Twilight that upset before.
Not to mention, I felt with Pinky when Twilight blasted her. She looked legitimately heartbroken.
Yeah, like you saw it in Pinkie Pie's eyes when Twilight snapped at her, and her eyes just went, "Whoa, this is huge."
Yeah, I get really praise the animation here.
Oh, the animation!
That moment was so well done that probably all of you saw this picture on Twitter of this little girl that when saw this on TV, she just took the tissue and tried to wipe the tears from Twilight's face.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, I've seen that circulating. Yeah,
That
I saw that too.
That was legit adorable.
Oh my god, I saw that. It was so nice.
Anything else, Crimson?
Just that one part did bring the feels.
Alright, I think Neon's the only one left.
Alright.
So, go ahead, Neon.
What about Looney?
Looney gone first.
Oh, he was first.
I went a long time ago.
Wakey, wakey, dingus.
Oh, shut up, you color maker.
Oh boy.
Anyways.
Well, my positive is actually the overall feeling for the movie itself. For me, actually, I have to be honest. For me, it was kind of like a big gamble to go to the movie. The only thing that took me over and said, "Okay, give it a try," was just because I was a fan of the original show. And I'm pretty sure I already told you guys about that, but the last movie I have gone to a theater to see it actually aired there not like on a DVD or on demand or anything like that. The last movie was actually Treasure Planet, and that was like almost 11 years ago.
More than that, actually.
11 years
And
ago.
in all those years, I kept track with the movies, but from all the reviews I saw, from all the little bits maybe, and when I was watching another movie, I never had the feeling like, okay, I'm not mad that I missed it on as a live showing. I'm not mad. I'm not sad about that fact. But for the MOP movie, I'm actually quite happy that I came over and watched it in the theater. I legitimately felt like between this movie and Treasure Planet, like there would be only like 6 months or so from the distance here. I legitimately had that feeling from these old movies I used to watch in the theater, and it translated in almost everything. I mean, heck, I'm pretty sure here in the call, when you heard the "Open Up Your Eyes" and small little thing, you definitely thought of Lion King and Little Mermaid, right?
To be fair, I
From
thought
the
about
feeling,
the little.
at least.
I thought about the Little Mermaid when hearing the small thing, but when it comes to Open Up Your Eyes, no, I just felt the MOP
Really?
pretty good MOP song. No,
I actually had a legitimate flashback more or less with Scar with that song.
and you know what's the
One way or
worst?
another.
And you know what's the worst?
Huh?
I used to watch pretty often The Lion King as a kid because I have the VHS tape with it.
Dude, I have the original in my room as well.
Dude,
It's been a while since I watched The Lion King. I remember it because, like I said, but
dude, who hasn't watched The Lion King as a kid nowadays? Come on. It's been up there. It's either Lion King or Frozen at this point.
Well, Lion
Yeah, I
King
was about to say that. The newer generation is probably the ones with the smartphones who probably never ever had heard of the movies back from the day.
Yeah.
probably that's because that's the reason why they are doing the live action, which I would like to burn with fire.
No, boy.
Anyway,
The
can we
ones
get to
that
second
you-
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, back on track.
Yeah. But
Anyways, yeah.
like I said, the overall feeling I had for the movie itself, it was enjoyable. I felt like legitimately like a kid again. Something I really missed when I was going when I wanted to watch a movie in general.
Mm.
And that what actually got me, especially when you think about in how much they actually had somewhat of a risk in doing this movie, especially since the more or less negative, I would say, reception with the last movie they actually ever made, revolving about MOP.
Mm-hmm.
And well, but that actually gets myself to my negative or neutral point, I would say.
Okay.
And that is actually the things they didn't risk, so to speak. And I'm pretty sure that's something you wanted to go as well, Ven, so I will keep it short.
Well, not really. I was only going to mention it briefly, but go ahead.
Yeah. The fact is actually, what I'm talking about is that what we actually legitimate know what was the original intent for the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like the original, like the first planned opening scene, which is our thumbnail after all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the thumbnail, the picture, that is actually from the movie. It is actually a deleted scene that was supposed to be the original opening. And I'll be honest...
Exactly.
I'll be honest, I saw the deleted scene on YouTube one day, and I was like, why couldn't that be used? That was so much better!
You know
My
what?
thoughts exactly.
Well,
You
yeah.
know what's also the worst?
What?
Part of the scene, the Tempest eyes and her glowing horn was actually in the trailer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
It was.
Well, it's not the first time before this from a trailer it doesn't appear in the final product.
Yeah, but when you even think a little bit further, and that's actually quite a funny fact because I picked up the mobile game for a few months ago just out of fun of it, and I did play the the MLP part of it, which kind of somewhat summarized the missing scene from when the pirates got attacked and how they actually got to the rest of the main six to rescue them.
Mm-hmm.
When I was playing through that quest line, I was like, that would have legitimately worked.
Yeah, I agree as well. I mean, I finished that section, and that would explain, like, how in the world the capper managed to stay with the pirates without them actually, I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't get myself to play the MLP game.
Yeah, I just mentioned it because it is actually legitimate or more or less official material, which could have been.
Yeah. Not to mention the delayed scene, and I actually did take a look at the art book that they had. A lot of delayed stuff,
The planned scene with the airship with the hippogriffs and the pirates teaming up.
That would have been great, but it is a negligence. It is a big negative because, but it didn't impact my enjoyment for the movie whatsoever.
Yeah, that's why I say it's more like a neutral point for me.
Mm-hmm.
It is kind of sad that we didn't get it, but it doesn't break down my enjoyment for the movie altogether.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But on that note, I definitely have to say, Lionsgate, Hasbro, DMX, if you're doing a second movie, and hear me out for it, go all out. I mean it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they won't let it. Yeah.
You have the material. Do it.
Don't they already have a sequel planned?
I'm not sure about that. I'm just saying, if there is something, no, don't hold anything back. Go all out.
No, they're not going to hold anything back.
Not to mention that a full-length movie would be a great opportunity for introducing people who are not a fan of the show to the show itself. It would have been a great opportunity to get more fans.
That is true.
I will say this: the the production of the movie started around the season 4 when they were still a bit afraid of going with something, but now they are at the season 7 when they are not afraid of touching some topics like the Applejack's parents or the royal sisters. They might actually go out.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Especially after we saw those episodes and all that development for the writers itself, how they evolved with the show.
Yeah, that is actually a good point, Shopper. That was a good point.
But if they're planning something, don't hold back. Go all out. That's all I say.
Well, I hope they do go all out, because even though it's going to be a sequel to or a follow-up, I hope they do bring back the charm of the first one.
Yeah.
Expect.
That's the main point, definitely.
Alright.
But as it stands now, I would look forward for a second movie. Definitely.
I think we all are at this point.
Yeah.
Crimson?
And that is actually something which is not that doesn't come often now that I think about it when it comes to movie series.
Anyways, Crimson, your turn.
Really don't have anything negative to say about that.
Interesting. You want to
there is one negative I'm willing to kind of put salt in the wounds for.
And that would be
the Storm King. I'm sorry, but it looked like he wasn't even trying to act like a villain.
Yeah,
for that I will respond, handsome Jack.
I actually thought of a more weaker version of Hades, actually.
Oh yeah, a poor man's Hades. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I prefer the Master Code version with the handsome Jack. Because come on, handsome Jack is one of the best villain ever.
You reminds me more of a poor man's version of Teal'c.
I wouldn't be surprised if those two are cousins.
Yeah, Storm King does have a lack of presence within the movie. Whether it's due to his personality or the lack of screen time, I have no flippin' idea. But I was
for me, it's a more of lack of the screen time because as a personality, I really enjoyed Storm King.
Yeah, the personality is fine. Like, he wasn't trying to act like a villain though. He didn't sound that threatening.
Well, he did have his serious moments, though. I mean, sure, he was a bit of a goofball and everything, but he has his serious moments.
Yeah.
Prequel comics aside.
I think what they did with the Storm King was that they didn't want to make him too scary, but they also wanted to keep him balanced. So he was like threatening, but he wasn't too scary for the little kids that went to go see the movie.
Not to keep the target audience in mind.
Not to mention that they have freaking Liev Schreiber to do his voice, the guy who actually made Sabretooth look cool. and I would not speak at that movie because that movie was god awful. But anyways.
To be fair, I don't think the Storm King needed to be serious. We got Tempest Shadow for a serious villain, so the Storm King didn't need to be serious all the time necessarily.
Well, the Tempest Shadow was his kind of what can I say? His lackey, you know.
I thought for sure you were going to say minion.
Well, I didn't want to say that.
But he was a serious threat, even though he wasn't the big villain. He was still like a serious threat. So there was no need for a second serious villain on top of Tempest, who was treated like a serious threat and a villain throughout the movie until the.
Yeah.
Besides, now I think about it, if he would not be a goofball, we would pretty much got the Sombra 2.0 with the face of a T-Rex.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh God. The implication.
At least the Storm King had more lines than King's own.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a very
At least we got Henson Jack with the body of Yeti.
Oh my.
Anyway.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I got the picture literally in my head right now. Fuck, damn it.
Oh jeez, wow.
You're welcome.
Anyway.
You color marker.
Anyway. You still want to expand on that, Crimson, or do you want to pass it off?
I think Grimmy muted himself.
Crimson, you still here?
Wait, he's
Crimson
typing.
is typing.
Oh.
I think we can probably we can go on. That's my guess.
I'm starting to think the same thing.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything in head.
He wants to pass it on.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, then Kanata, your turn.
Yes, you are. Okay, my negative for this movie is Captain Solano. Is that how you say her name?
Solano?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Solano and her crew felt a little pointless in this movie. And what I mean by that is like all the new characters had a purpose. With Capper, her purpose was to like help out the main sis stall for time, and for the main sis to find out about the sea ponies. For the sea ponies, they like set it up the blowout between Twilight and her friends and everything. It felt like Captain Solano, it felt like she was just there to pad out the time for just 15 minutes and that's it. I would have liked it just for her and her crew to just not be in the movie and to put in more time for Capper or more time for Sea Ponies. I mean, I get it that Captain Solano and her crew was just there to sell toys and whatnot, but all the new characters had a purpose, and I just felt, in my opinion, that Captain Solano and her crew just didn't have much of a purpose in the movie. It felt pointless to even have them there.
Pointless, maybe not, but I agree with the part that the Solano should have the more development because come on, if not counting the comic book, because I don't count comic book, we don't know exactly about much about these pirates. We don't even know who is the first mate without the comic book.
True, but I'm just saying it's like we've gotten like a purpose for Cap.
You want to know which character is really not necessary? That she's completely pointless. Its existence in the movie is just supposed to be the comic relief, but it's failing even in that.
Grubber.
Yeah.
That's the really pointless character in this movie.
So anyways.
I can sum that up in 3 words for you.
Isn't Grubber like Tempest Shadow's like small assistant?
Yeah.
Yep.
Her lackey,
Well,
if it was.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. You would remove Grubber and you would lose nothing. If you would remove pirates, taking back the Canterlot would even make even less sense. But I'll get to that.
Well, to be fair, I think Grubber was supposed to be the new character that was supposed to have comedy relief. I think that was his purpose. So Grubber does, at least in my opinion, he does at least have a purpose of at least being, comedy relief.
But we already have Pinkie Pie for that.
Yeah, but we needed a new character. Yeah, but they wanted a new character to add comedy relief on top of Pinkie. So I understand Grubber's part of the movie. I just don't understand the captains and the crews. True, it was like never explained and whatnot. But I'm just saying, compared to the Sea Ponies, which we've got more of a reason with Capper, we got more of a reason with Tempest and the Storm King. We've gotten like a reason for all of them to be a part of the movie. With the pirates, we've got nothing. We got nothing. That's all I'm trying to say.
I can sum that up for you in 3 words. Buy our toys.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, which I understand. Like I said, it's not a big negative for me, but it's just something that I noticed.
It's a bit of a missed opportunity because the voice actress who played Captain Salino actually did play a pirate once.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
And this time he finally gets to be the captain.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's all I have to say for my negatives.
Alright, your turn, Yoshi. If he's still available.
I think he's not.
I doubt it. Okay, we'll have to come back to him in a bit when he's available.
I think our flamethrower has run out of fuel.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
About time.
Alright, your turn on your negative.
Okay, now this is sort of a big issue, but to be fair, this is kind of a problem with movies that are like made for fans. I feel as though this movie didn't do enough to get non-fans invested in the movie.
That's actually my biggest problem.
Yeah, that's actually... Yeah, okay, well, you can cover any points that I miss. Deal?
Yeah, deal. I wasn't even gonna mention it, but I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, see, the thing is it's kind of the thing. I mean, I will agree with Neon's early point. It did do a good job with telling, showing off the characters at the beginning, who they are, and, a little bit about themselves. But, other than that, there was a lot of fan service towards fans of the show, and unfortunately, there wasn't really enough, people aren't able to, learn information about the characters other than, the personalities and, stuff like, rarities into fashion and all that other stuff.
But actually, what honestly would make a lot of people dismiss her even more.
Yeah, and it also kind of ties in with the whole, thing with for example, with Fluttershy, how she got very little screen time.
So did Applejack.
Yeah, and Applejack too. I mean, it just is. It's just one problem that I think that they could have done a better job with handling, but to be fair, it's not really the biggest problem that I've seen from the movie, at least for me.
I mean, It's a negligible problem, but it's a problem that there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah, but you know what the weird thing is?
What?
There's a movie that's very similar that suffered from the same problem, yet it wasn't as bad, even though MLP is actually the My Little Pony movie was a better adaptation of the show in movie form.
Hmm.
You want to know what I'm talking about?
What?
The first Yu-Gi-Oh movie, Yu-Gi-Oh and the Pyramid of Light.
Oh yeah.
See,
Which is
that's
actually
the thing.
the only
I noticed.
movie I watched.
Well, here's the thing. I saw like a lot of similarities between how they tried introducing the characters in the beginning with the My Little Pony movie, and both movies managed to do a good job of doing that. The problem, though, is that, well, Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie ended up suffering from breaking its own continuity or the rules that were established in the anime, while the My Little Pony movie was able to avoid that, but at the same time, they kind of focused a little too much on fan service. I mean,
with the Yu-Gi-Oh movies, there's the problem is that the anime movies based on the series tends to do that. Like I'm looking at you, One Piece and Bleach.
Well, yeah, but if we ever review the Yu-Gi-Oh movie in the future, I'll explain more about that. But
I got a handful of Dragon Ball Z movies that could fit into that category. But
yeah, Dragon Ball also.
But thankfully those are not canon, except for the latest ones.
But yeah, that's basically my issue with it. I mean,
If I may summarize this, your point. No matter how bad the movie is, or based on the show, or how bad the basic is, it's always gonna be better than the upcoming Teen Titans Go movie.
Oh God.
Oh, you just had to bring that up.
In the Emoji movie, don't forget about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that movie's
specifically
time has
about the movies based on the series.
Can we go back to ponies, please?
Back to MLP, everybody.
Yeah, please.
Alright, but yeah, that's unfortunately my problem with the movie.
Alright. So, David, your turn.
Okay, negative. Again with the positives, there's so much to go through because this is the feature film.
Remember, we're on the negatives now.
Yeah, we're on negatives, I think, what I didn't like is that, how can I put this? The character's development was kind of all over the place. Especially when the new characters were on screen and the very nice Tempest plushie. Sorry, off topic for a bit. But the character development was all over the place because when you're doing a feature film, again, it's about screen time. And the characters I find were like, well, who should we put on the screen most? I mean, we know the story. The story was set. The characters were set. The songs were set. But how do you keep enough screen time for each character? Especially when you have all these brand new characters. Who should be on screen the most and who should be taken to the back? That was my negative. I was like, wait, who's the story about? I found... Okay, I'm going to say it. The princesses were the least... I wish they were on the movie more.
I was about to get to that, actually.
Oh, really? Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, I can always expand upon it. No problem.
Same kind of goes for me.
It's actually a good lead up if you want to pass it off.
So, yeah, okay, then that's where I'm going to stop.
Alright. Okay, yes, I before you. Good. Alright.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna expand upon what David said. The princesses had little to no meaning in this. I mean, okay, alright, they're once again incompetent, once again doing captured. Okay. Alright, alright. I had a lot of problems when the princesses got petrified. I had a ton of problems from a logical standpoint, even with the show standards. I mean, okay. I mean, I'll give Kate credit. She actually does try to resist. I'll give her that. So let's see how. What's a freaking dodge? I'm expecting Piccolo to come and yell dodge. And Luna, okay, she did try to get away, but that was unfortunate luck. Nice aiming by Tempest, by the way. And yeah, I will mention Derpy a bit briefly. And, yeah, she does try to get Twilight out of the way, but yes, Rainbow did succeed. But with Derpy's case, she did try to save Twilight, but it's an unfortunate case of bad luck. Poor Derpy.
So,
but anyway,
Yeah.
and finally, and I'm not sure how Josh Scorcher would feel if I mentioned this. Where the heck were the Royal Guards?
good
The
points.
unofficial version was Kichi gave them day off.
Eh,
Ben,
yeah.
Hayden's tried to block that thing first.
I know. I pointed that out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually pointed that out. She does try to resist it, so I'll give her some credit. But yeah, okay. If they did explain that the Royal Guard had the day off for the celebration, I can understand that. But come on! I know they're competent. I know they haven't shown the best, but at least they could have contributed to something. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Princesses being competent. Okay, that's kind of standard. What the heck were the Royal Guards? What the heck was Starlight doing and all this? She was in the party. And where the heck was Discord?
Okay, again, character screen time.
I know.
How many characters can we fit in the movie
I know.
that will actually have impact?
Yeah, I know I sound like I'm making a big deal out of this, but seriously, Starlight could have contributed something given her magical prowess, and Discord could have ended this in a split second if he was there. I mean,
Snap, my little pony.
That would have been a very short movie.
I mean, if they did explain why Discord was absent, like say he wasn't up for the party or anything, or he wasn't feeling well or something, I would be fine with that. At least some explanation.
Yeah, if they wouldn't put her later in the party during the credit scene.
Which kind of feels like an insult, to be honest.
Well,
But about the Royal Guard, would they make any big difference if they would be there? I mean, come on, they're pretty much the same as equal with the other ponies when it comes to the defending Canterlot when the Storm Army attacked.
Well, if they was there, the takeover would have taken a little longer.
yeah,
well,
because
technically we don't.
maybe like
we don't
10 seconds more.
sure.
hmm
Yeah, but it would have at least if they actually tried to contribute, but failing. At least they would try. We haven't seen that since Nightmare Moon. If you think about it.
yeah,
That
that's
is
a
true,
good
but
point.
I have to also say when we're coming to the attack force of the Storm King, we don't technically know if that was the complete wave itself.
That's a fair point. But yeah, I mean, it was a spectacle from an animation standpoint, but from a story standpoint and from a character standpoint, I have a ton of problems with that.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's with every animated movie, you know.
I think
Not
that
even
is
Disney movies
the,
get that perfect.
I think that is really the biggest issue especially for a property that's based on a TV series to make a believable distance between what fans know and those which doesn't know the series at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. On it, yeah. Because
Well,
I think
if you think about how it was presented,
Yeah.
even Starlight and Trixie were actually background ponies for the movie.
I did mention
No
that.
matter.
I did mention that, but it's the question: what was Starlight doing this?
Now I'm thinking about it. If you remember how the Twilight and the rest were thrown into a waterfall and escaped the Canterlot,
Yeah.
like one of the storm guards pretty much blocked her magic beam.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
put
mean, it
two
was
to two
completely
together.
reflected, so
Yeah, so put two to two together. Because come on, the storm guards are much more competent than the royal guards.
Fair point.
firstly that.
Fair
One
point.
storm guard is worth more than the entire royal guard.
Oh boy! Don't let Josh hear that.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
bring it, Joshy boy.
Fair enough. And like I said, I know I sound like I'm making a big deal of it, and I probably am. And I also
Yeah,
hyped
just
it.
taking it.
I also
You're just
hyped.
taking it.
I also hyped it up
You
for the
just-
sake of humor. Sorry,
Come
Shoplet.
on, you're just taking it too seriously.
And that's Josh's job.
Yeah, and we don't want to be turned into Josh's here.
Also,
Venomous Pie
I'm
is
gonna eat my
Josh
words
confirmed.
you know, actually, that I'm thinking about it right now, it actually does make sense in favor of the Storm King. Because if you think about it, he himself were completely goofy and stuff, but when it comes to military organization and, well, in some way even marketing standpoints, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Especially the
I'll
line
get
where
on
he-
that,
you know?
when it comes to my turn.
Yeah.
I mean, think about every CEO in the AAA gaming industry. If you would meet that guy in real life, they would be basically like a weenie as well. I would bet a 50 on that one, actually.
Anyways, and like I said, I know I sound like I'm making a big deal out of it, and I probably am, but that is one of my biggest problems with the movie. And did it detract from my enjoyment? No, but
no.
it was the movie's major hiccup for me.
hmm
They could have done more with the princesses. I mean, come on.
I mean, especially when they first appeared on the screen, when they swooped down and they were like, Tempest, is it? And then they were like,
guys, if we can actually, because Violet and I are gonna go,
Oh,
soon,
yeah.
so move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but yeah, your
oh,
turn.
yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, your turn, Violet.
Okay, the negative. Gonna be the racist feel the movie gives.
I know what you're talking about.
Feel. More specific. Well, it's not that noticeable in the movie, but the feel is actually there when Twilight said to Tempest, "You're a pony just like me."
Not gonna lie, I got the implication as well.
hmm
You wanna know what makes the implication stronger? Captain Solano and Queen Novo are voiced by black actors, voiced by a white actress.
Oh, now I see where you're coming from.
So the feel is even stronger when you know who their voice actors are.
I doubt that was intentional, though.
Intentional, but the feel kind of gives it away, especially with Twilight's wording. It's like to Tempest, "Why are you doing this? You are just like me, so you shouldn't be evil."
I can actually chalk it up to
That
just.
coincidence.
I can chalk it up to just Twilight starting to panic, but yeah, the implication is there. But it's not a total deal breaker, but the implication is kind of there if you look deeper.
Yeah,
It is.
and also, Twilight's hesitation with Capper and the pirates because they are complete strangers to them. So yeah, there's that.
hmm
Queen. Like Twilight really should. Twilight really messed up with the Queen because because her going against the Queen is basically her going against Celestia's orders.
Like,
The entire movie is like the main six, well, 5 of them, failed the pop quiz, but Twilight passed it with flying colors. But during the actual tests, the main 5 passed it with flying colors, but Twilight failed the main test.
Yeah.
Happened.
Yeah, but at least she picked herself back on her hose after that.
But with how the movie presented the aftermath after the hippogriffs scene, where Twilight was slowly going through Canterlot and seeing Celestia all stoned up, how Twilight's face was looked like when the Storm King was playing with the sun and moon was really, really punching it all into Twilight that it's her fault for that this is the big consequence, all because she doesn't listen to Celestia's orders to ask help for the Queen.
So I thought that was too hammered in.
In a lot, and also the fact with Twilight really, really raises the implication line. Yeah.
Huh.
You want to expand, Violet, or do you want to pass it off?
Wait, that means it's you.
Alright,
Oh,
you go, your turn, Shopwit.
Okay.
Wake up, dingus!
Shut up. Shut up, Nero. Shut up, Nero. I was just cut out. That's all. Relax.
No problem.
Okay, but for my negative, you're saying that the Storm Army that took over Canterlot with ease, enslaved the whole army of ponies, and earlier enslaved the pirates, was taken easily by 5 ponies, 5 pirates, 1 cat, and 1 hippogriff. Well,
And 1 dragon.
Well, yeah, and 1 dragon.
Well, technically, they're missing their leading commander in that scene, so...
Even so, you're trying to say me that army that easily took over Canterlot not long ago now is easily overpowered by small groups of heroes? Nope, I'm not buying that. That's a big logic fail, in my opinion. Okay, I agree, they had the element of surprise, but when they didn't, they actually kind of lost it pretty soon, and still. Especially pirates, that's very so afraid of Storm King and his army, and suddenly they are easily can overpower him. Okay, I give credit to Skystar that she is quite strong for a small hippogriff, that she easily can lift 1 storm guard, because come on, those guys are like gorillas.
Touché.
But other than that, no, I'm not buying that. That's a big logical foul for me.
Hey, Shopwit.
Yes.
They may have been successful in conquering, but who said anything about they can defend as well? Those are 2 different strategies, mind you.
But they are a lot bigger, a lot stronger, and there are much more of them. Like I don't know, 40 to 1, 100 to 1.
Yep.
I would say 40 to 1. Oh, that's a song, actually.
Technically, Sharp, I would actually have to reference to Warframe then in that point as well.
Yeah, no. That's not the intention. Come on, in Warframe you pretty much play demigods.
Not when you're in operator mode.
They're also demigod. By the Lord, these guys are demigods, pretty much.
You know what I'm referring to, though.
Still not valid. Not in this particular case.
Really, my main issue is that, once again, the true enemy of a villain, overconfidence.
Yeah.
Yep, we have another villain who has been defeated by his or her own cockiness.
Well, to be fair, he probably didn't expect to be hit by 5 ponies when he was surrounded by this twister.
Fair point. Who would?
So in this particular case, it was also the element of surprise.
And I would also add to the camp that was not skill, Pinky. That was just pure luck.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about Pinky, so
Yeah, don't question Pinkie Pie.
which is why I brushed it off, right? Yeah, which is why I brushed it off. Anyways,
but
Anyways, that's my negative. There is a big logical foul, in my opinion, that should. Yeah, that's a problem. Moving on.
Alright, your turn, Looney.
Jeez, since when is everybody a firebrand in here?
Yeah, my negative is kind of the same as David and Venom's negative. I kind of wish the supporting cast would have been given a much larger role. Like, all of the secondary characters are pushed completely to the side of this movie without a single part to play at all. Which is Celestia, Luna, and Cadence all imprisoned in stone right off the bat, making them essentially useless, like Venom said.
Even though that's par for the course at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. We see that in every single two-parter. The Kingdom Crusaders don't even get a role. Starlight Glimmer and Trixie, they're both shoved off into the background.
And to say that, Looney, that it was so sad to see the Crusaders locked up in cages.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Why can't they get a role?
I know. I don't know why they didn't get a role in the movie, the Crusaders.
See, background ponies like Derpy, Lava, Bonbon, etc., they don't get any screen time either.
Well, look how many ponies live in Ponyville, just alone.
Well, to be fair, we already have quite a lot of cast of the characters, and they didn't get enough screen time. What would happen if they would include even more characters?
Then the movie would have to be longer.
No, it would have been
either that, or there would be no development at all.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been
screen time.
If that happened, it would have been way too cluttered. Even if you did extend the running time.
Yeah, that's true, but it would have been cool to at least gotten a subplot showing at least some of the side characters dealing with the Storm King's takeover. I get the main six are supposed to be the focus of the film, but
yeah,
why not give some of the other characters a chance to shine on the big screen? Come on.
Again, they probably went through so many story pitches.
Probably.
Like who can get most of the screen time? You know, it's like like you said, Looney. The main six were the main focus of the point. So yeah.
There's something I will say. Some of the main characters did kind of got pushed to the sideline as well. But probably the biggest offender is Applejack. I mean, okay. I know Fluttershy kind of got brushed aside too, but at least she had a standout moment.
True.
And that was...
you seem tense. Do you want to talk about it?
Exactly. Okay, so we need a standout moment for Fluttershy. Can you all name one standout moment from Applejack?
The best I could tell is that moment when she catches Pinky and Twilight on Lasso to hide them between the box. That's all I could think of. Or maybe, I don't know, when she cooled off the guys when Capper showed up. Yeah, they got the news when Twilight is captured. Or where she was calling out Queen Novo coward, basically, which was probably supposed to lead to the whole scene of Applejack rallied the Hippogriffs, even that was also, by the way, removed from the final draft. Why?
Okay.
Like, I understand the movie would have been cluttered if they had focused on that many characters, but at least show a couple brief scenes showing what was going on.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Just not left out completely.
That is fair. I kind of missed the scene the Crusaders and Lyra and Bonbon.
Also, we did actually get to see Sassy Saddles for the first time in a while.
And Coco Pamel.
Didn't Sassy Saddles make one appearance in season 7?
No.
No, I don't think she did.
She did in the what was the episode that were already Forever Feeling.
Wait, oh yeah, I forgot. She did.
She did?
Yeah,
yes,
Forever
Sassy
Feeling.
Saddles
Remember
was
at
in
the
Forever
beginning?
Feeling, remember?
And she was in the opening scene.
Oh yeah, that summarizes how forgettable she is.
That's actually a good point. You know, they don't write these characters very often, so it's like, oh, we forgot about them.
Anyways.
But yeah, that's my negative.
Alright. And now it's time for our ratings. Looney, what would you give it?
Well, Lack of screen time for the side characters aside, and a couple of plot holes, I'd actually have to give it a perfect 5 out of 5.
Ooh.
I'd even go as far as saying it's the best movie of the year.
If I may suggest, since we are going this time about the big screen, how about we go with the big scores and we go with the 10 rating?
Yeah, and we can use the star rating as rounding up, so to speak.
Yeah.
Oh, well, never mind.
So in Looney's case, it'd be a 10 out of 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Looney!
But I already said 10 out of 10.
Okay.
5 out of 5.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear ya.
I already gave my score.
Alright. Alright, so, Sharpwit, what would you give it?
I would say the movie has probably like any other have its problems. Some of them actually are bugging. Like I'm surprised none of you mentioned Twilight as maybe besides maybe Violet that mentioned Twilight is also bugs me how she was acting in this whole movie. No wait, yeah, Violet pretty much was the only one who called this as a negative.
Well, yeah, because I mentioned Twilight and I said it as a positive.
Yeah, that's very much it. Because for me, that's actually a negative. But I decided to go with something more original that nobody mentioned.
Fair enough.
But still, there are problems like that. But this was a still enjoyable movie. And I actually like to rewatch it from time to time. Heck, I had a pretty good time rewatching it recently with Violet to actually make some points. Shut up, Neon! Anyways, I will say 7 out of 10 because there is far from perfection, but it's still like much enjoyable movie.
7 out of 10. Wouldn't that be a 3.5 out of 5?
Yeah, 3.5 out of 5.
Okay, that's what I thought. Thank you. Alright, Violet, what would you give it out of 10?
Well, besides the little uncomfortable feel, which luckily happens around the ending near the last section of the movie, so it's fine with enjoyment. And the humor really is a big hit. I would give this movie an 8 out of 10.
Okay. That's a 4 out of 5. Alright. My turn. Okay, there were some legitimate problems with that movie, like with the princesses and all that. There were some things that should have been expanded a lot more, particularly with the new cast of characters. But I still really enjoyed the heck out of this movie. I liked it quite a lot. I mean, it's been a long time since I had this much fun watching a movie on the big screen. But the problems are still there. It doesn't hurt my enjoyment for the movie overall, but there are legitimate hiccups for me. So overall, I'm going with Violet's case. I'm giving this movie an 8 out of 10. David?
Okay. 10 out of 10 for me. You know, like I said, this movie was long overdue. And I'm glad that I saw the productions of it, the story pictures, the character sketches, and just the story made this movie really fun to watch. You know, the story, the character development, you know, so it brought me up to, I love this movie, you know, I mean, not just because it's My Little Pony, just because it was just an enjoyable journey of these characters we love. So yeah.
Nice summarization. Yoshi?
I think Yoshi, he's still not online, given that he is muted.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Kanata?
I'm gonna give this movie a 8 out of 10. For a first attempt, this was a pretty good first movie. There were some small issues here and there, but overall, this was a very fun movie to watch.
It really was. Alright. Let's see. Crimson?
And
If you're available. Oh, there you go. Alright.
8 out of 10.
Okay. Neon?
Well, like I said, I really had a blast with the movie itself. And the only thing that kind of made my score down too is just like to know there would be more of it. That's actually the only thing that tainted it for me. But overall, it's really a blast. Although I don't want to watch it in my own personal language, though. Which is actually kind of sad. I was actually legitimately thinking about showing the movie to my mom and her boyfriend. So in the way they actually know what am I actually have gone myself into 2 years ago with my USA trip. So yeah, but all in all, I would say definitely a 9 out of 10.
Which is a 4.5, if I'm correct.
Exactly. Hmm?
Nothing. Alright. And even though I'm not sure if Yoshi could respond right now, but he actually did give us a rating for the movie, which I'm thankful. He gave this movie an 8 out of 10. So just give me a moment so I can do the math here. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna go look at these. I mean,
By the way, did anybody notice that inside Capper's house there was a picture frame of Capper wearing a pirate's hat and having a sea pony leg as one of his legs?
yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? No,
Yeah.
I totally missed that.
Yeah, there was a picture frame of Capper wearing a pirate's hat and having a sea pony leg as one of his legs.
You sure that was him?
Please.
Wait, what if that was somebody else?
It wasn't
yeah, and
someone
Kappa
else.
just placed a picture of him over someone else's face.
That's good point.
Possibly.
That wasn't Sea Pony, that was probably one of those fishmen from the town.
Mm-hmm.
Because that character also had the normal legs on top of the fish tail.
Yeah, like one of them was a normal leg and the other was like a sea pony leg.
Oh, hey,
That was a tail.
Here's something funny. To my reaction to my first viewing of the movie, when I saw, that shark character that was going around the town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My reaction was pretty much like Silver Quills. Like, wait a minute, wait a second, how does an antler shark go about? I mean, they had to swim underwater constantly. Can they breathe? I mean, at least my gym partner's a monkey. He actually have a shark character, but there's like those water things on his gills. And after a few seconds, just blabbering about that, I was like, oh my gosh, why am I even asking this question?
To be fair, there is like the creature that has like both lungs and the oh shit, I don't know what it's called in English.
Gills.
Yeah,
Gills.
Gills, yeah, gills.
yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. And can basically when it's needed, it can live on the ground or when it can on the water, in the water.
That's fair. But yeah.
Alright.
Anyways, the overall group rating for My Little Pony, the movie, is a 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Which, in movie logic, it would be an 8 out of 10. Maybe 8.5.
A solid first attempt.
Yeah, not the best, but good enough to make this movie an enjoyable experience.
Good enough to make it a recommendation.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend this movie for anybody. Just for an enjoyable ride.
I will say this though. I will understand if non-fans of the show would feel kind of lost.
Well, they would be lost because they'd be like, "Wait, who's this and who's that?"
Well, to be fair, I think the first song that we got this together, I think that was meant to introduce everybody in a way, introduce Rainbow Dash and Applejack. I think that was their way of introducing the characters, to know their personalities and their quirks and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely give a praise to that. It's one of the reasons why it's my favorite song in the movie. Because it actually serves a dual purpose.
And like I said, the songs can drive the story forward, and sometimes they can take it back. Depends on your outlook on the film.
Yeah, I mean, for every heartwarming tale and such, you also get something like, I don't know, Magical Mystic Cure, or even Crusades of the Lost Mark, where they actually rushed a lot of critical points.
Yeah.
Also, Crusades of the Lost Mark was especially guilty of that.
Yeah.
But that's a story for another day.
Yep.
So yeah, that would be all from here. Thank you all so much for joining us on this wondrous experience. I don't have a specific episode coming up next right off the bat, but I will say we're actually kind of going back to season 1 territory since, show's on a hiatus and all.
We want season 8. We want season 8.
So yeah, our next episode will be a season 1 episode of the show. Whichever one it will be, well, I'll keep in touch later in the week. So until then, I will see you all next time. Peace!
Bye!
Bye, everybody. See you in the sequel.
Equestria and beyond.
And another thing I want to add before we go, it is about the reactions towards the movie. 2017 was quite a weird year for movies.
It was kind of like.
And the biggest highlight for me, 2 movies. This one, where critics are mixed to negative, while audiences kind of loved it. Fast forward to Star Wars: The Last Jedi, where critics praise the heck out of it. Fans, not so much.
I like The Last Jedi, thank you very much.
I meant in general. And this is coming from a guy who still hasn't seen it yet, but I want to!
I haven't seen The Last Jedi either.
But
Are they even still screening The Last Jedi?
I believe so, yeah.
Some theaters they are.
Off topic.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to point that out as like a punchline.
Oh, and before we go, Pony, I spilled my popcorn.
Well, there's still one movie that both critics and viewers agreed that on its rating.
But anyways, see you all next time. May the floof be with you.